But Zach, do you want to take a look at the hot water that Kyle Kulinski has found himself in the midst of, the scandal, the controversy that has swept the internet?
Oh yeah, I love Kyle's posting game in the Trump 2.0 era, right? This dude's been on a tear. He doesn't give a fuck. This dude's been posting memes 24/7. But I was honestly a little bit taken aback that this was the one that really ignited a controversy on the American right.
Honestly, that's a good point because I feel like a lot of people have been making jokes about the grief displayed by and exhibited by Erika Kirk, the obviously the widow of Charlie Kirk, who recently got assassinated. I've even seen a lot of right wingers, in on the fun, being like, "What the fuck?" She looks like she's debuting at another beauty pageant. I don't know if you guys know anything about Erika Kirk, but she started out as a beauty pageant chick. I think she was like Miss Arizona or something. And when she entered her husband's funeral, walking out to these fucking pyrotechnical displays, all of this like WWE style shit. Yeah, it was like she's back at the pageant or something. Either way, she seems totally unaffected by the death of Charlie Kirk. A lot of people have obviously taken note of that. A lot of people have made memes about it. Specifically the other day when she kind of, caressed, fondled Vice President JD Vance at a TP USA event. So that was pretty funny. But either way, Kyle Kulinski got in on the fun. And as you guys can see here, Kyle got noticed by a lot of different outlets. This is pretty insane. Obviously, this took place probably 3 or 4 days ago. But since we've been in New York City, we weren't able to cover it as soon as we would have liked. But yeah, the whole internet has been talking about this, including actual fucking outlets, the Times of India, that Economic Times, the New York Post. We're about to get into that one in a second. Fury, as podcaster, posts a meme calling Erika Kirk a fake grieving widow grifter. That's from the Daily Mail. Like, International Business Times UK, all these random fucking websites, a lot of them admittedly tabloids, like the Mirror, for example. Podcaster sparks outrage. So again, so funny to see this sort of snowflake behavior. But let's take a look at the meme itself that got people so triggered, Zach, because yeah, I agree with you. It's actually not that offensive. It's pretty innocuous in the grand scheme of things, considering what a hellscape the internet has turned into, specifically X. I mean, this is like not even in the top like 1,000 most offensive images I've seen on the platform in the last month. To cry over this is genuinely insane. But obviously, if you guys see it says grieving widow, fake grieving widow grifter costume, Spirit Halloween, and there's Erika Kirk pictured with her crocodile tears and that nice couch leather pants, those nice couch leather pants that she used to entice Mr. Vance the other day. So that's absolutely hilarious. It's not like Kyle created the meme. Someone like posted it in his replies and he just reposted it. But it absolutely went mega viral and, created a lot of backlash, some of which we're about to show you from some prominent people, including even some colleagues of Kyle, people that have chatted with Kyle on his podcast with Crystal. So I thought this was hilarious. But what was your reaction, Zach?
Yeah, I also didn't think much about this, right? Someone, close to the show sent us this the morning of, and I was like, really? The New York Post is going crazy about Kyle? Like, that is funny. Like, they're pearl clutching about it. And then I started to think about it, Gavin, and I was like, why are they outraged about this? And I think it's a combination of multiple things, but this is what I've kind of settled on. I think it's a combination of the fact that, one, the Charlie Kirk news cycle had started to die down, right? And because of the government shutdown, there's not a whole lot that people are interested in talking about at a national level. It's kind of produced a slow news week, which is horrible to say because 42 million people are about to lose access to food stamps. You have the government being shut down for longer than any other time in American history. You have Donald Trump running the country into the ground. You have all kinds of market turmoil we've never seen before, climate change going unaddressed, etc. But because of the way that the vile 24-hour news cycle meat grinder goes, things like Charlie Kirk were click, 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 click for them. And those other things I mentioned were like, oh yeah, we know the world's bad. Like, don't remind me about it kind of content, right? So when they could recycle the whole Erika Kirk with JD Vance thing, they were going to talk about that. When they were going to talk about anything like Candace Owens, conspiracy theory related to Charlie Kirk, they were going to push that because it was something that was going to drive views, clicks, revenue at the end of the day, right? And then you have another kind of lull. It's dying down a little bit. And here they see a prominent YouTuber, and I forget just how goddamn big Kyle Kulinski is at this point. When we started following Kyle, he probably had 700,000 YouTube subs, which is a really big show. No doubt about that. Would never mean to besmirch Kyle's status. At that point, he was giant. That was post Politicon when he had the longest line out of anybody there. People loved Kyle back then, but it was still a more niche kind of subset of the internet. He wasn't as mainstream. Now he has over 2 million subscribers, and he is very mainstream. He's obviously married to another high profile broadcaster, Crystal Ball, so he's just easily identifiable. I think when they saw that, they were like, okay, here's a story that we can go with, right? Here's the guy that we can make a shock. Look at this heartless liberal that's making fun of Erika Kirk. Don't you remember 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, when all of these clips would go viral, when you guys would get so mad about this? So I think it's a little bit late to the party. It's reflective of a slow news week, but I also think it's reflective of one other thing. They're hoping that because it's so obvious that Charlie Kirk was a gay man and that Erika Kirk was not actually in love with him, that they can kind of create a taboo around bringing that up, that they can make it a scandal to even suggest that. And then fewer and fewer people will come to the obvious realization that Charlie Kirk and, Erika Kirk were in a kind of marriage between a gay guy and a woman that just wanted access to his fame and his money.
Yeah. Also, God, these tabloid websites are basically unreadable because of all of the pop-up ads. Like, I was just trying to pull up the New York Post. I couldn't even get to the article. I couldn't even get to the fucking article, guys. This is outrageous. I need to install ad blocker on this new laptop that I've been using. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But either way, it's very funny to see, all these papers, again, most of which are just tabloids, writing articles trying to cancel Kyle Kulinski over an edgy joke. Obviously, you guys don't need to be reminded about the fact that the right wing, all the people that are pearl clutching about this, defended edgy humor for a long time when it was convenient.
Comedy,
yeah, exactly. Comedy has been legalized again, but that has not stopped the likes of Matt Taibbi from pearl clutching. Again, we're going to take a look at some other right-wing hacks, people like Matt Walsh and the usual suspects that you would guess to get offended and butthurt triggered. But Matt Taibbi, I mean, we've talked about it before many times, but we were both at one point huge fans of Matt Taibbi, and one of the best parts of his work was sort of the off-color nature of it, the edgy humor in it, the sort of Hunter S. Thompson style debauchery, all that kind of stuff, right? He would lean into that. So to see him just go full Fox News boomer, pearl clutching over a fucking meme, it's genuinely hilarious. And I'm pretty sure Matt Taibbi has been on Crystal Kyle and Friends. He's definitely been on Breaking Points and chatted with Crystal before. I'm almost certain that he's been on KKF as well, meaning that obviously he's chatted with Kyle. You can correct me in chat if I'm wrong about that, but I'm almost sure they've had conversation, totally civil, totally polite. To see Matt Taibbi, concerned trolling over this when the dude is basically at this point just a straight up mask off Republican. It's like if you're gonna feign concern about edgy tweets and offensive content on X, have you taken a look at what the right wingers are posting? Have you taken a look at what the people on your side of the fucking aisle are posting, Matt Taibbi? Because like I said, this doesn't even clear the top 100 most offensive fucking things that I've seen on X just any given day when I open that app and I'm exposed to all sorts of racism and vile Nazi memes and talking points. So, it's hilarious. And again, this is a good meme. It's funny. It gets the point across and it's fucking accurate. That's the other thing. Maybe you could say it's distasteful or whatever, but it's fucking accurate. Erika Kirk has not been acting like a grieving widow. She has not been acting like someone who has been emotionally affected by the loss of her husband. If anything, she's been acting in a downright opportunistic way, realizing that, she only has like a couple weeks or months of relevance that she can juice out of this opportunity, this career opportunity, which is the murder of her husband, a bullet to the fucking neck. And instead of taking any time to mourn or take any time off to grieve privately, she's inserted herself into the spotlight, literally taken the stage with pyrotechnics behind her and this trashy fucking outfit that you see pictured here. So yeah, Kyle's 100% on point. It's an accurate meme. Pearl clutch all you want. It's fucking true.
Yeah, 2 points. One, setting aside like how like completely emotionally distraught you would be if your spouse died, right? Like if Salisa got assassinated, like can't even imagine it. But even like Gavin, if one of us got assassinated, right? You wouldn't just be like, yep, guys, like hit up the fucking Patreon. My boy got murked and I'm really sad. And please help me feel better with all the money you're going to donate to me. And also, I'm having a really good time being the only one on camera. I'm really sad, guys. I'm really sad. I don't miss my friend at all. Unfortunately, I mean, I miss him so much. Right? If that was how you were behaving, I would consider maybe you were involved in the assassination. That's how you react. Like it makes it seem like you're like, what? You're like a Menendez brother. You're not hiding the fact that you actually planned this and it's fake. I would never accuse Erika Kirk of having anything to do with the assassination of her husband. I'm just saying she's behaving like a famed, like in a fairy tale, kind of like the woman who was in on it when her husband died. That's how you would behave. So of course you can call her a fake grieving widow grifter if you want to, if the boot fits, and it does indeed. Last point about Matt Taibbi, Gavin. I think this is all part of his broader audition tape. I think he's been auditioning for a while to get a job at either the Free Press, and now the Free Press is gone, baby. It's CBS, and that makes me even more concerned. I guess this is the wrong word because I don't give a shit what Matt Taibbi really does with his career at this point. He's completely gone. He's toast. He's boomer. He's chopped in unk, everybody. But I think this is all part of his broader plan to get in with CBS. His dad was an old school kind of cable news guy. He's very concerned with the respectability of journalism, and he wants to be treated with dignity. And I think he wants to be around a bunch of old starch collar Republicans, a bunch of stiff assholes who are going to really feel proud about the work that they're going to do that nobody's going to listen to on CBS because we're keeping journalism done the old fashioned way. And at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of Zionist propaganda for Donald Trump under the leadership of Barry Weiss. But that is my prediction for how he ends his career. And I think that's a explanation for a lot of what we're seeing here.
It's a very great point, and it's a great prediction. I think that there's a very good chance he ends up working with Barry Weiss, who he publicly defended, right? After so many people criticized the ridiculous amount of money that was paid to Barry Weiss and the Free Press to basically come and take over CBS. So either way, pretty crazy. And that's not all. Matt Taibbi, has been on a tear, boomer posting. As you can see here, he's like just arguing with not only random people like this guy, but also just like Grok. He's like, responding to people that are talking to Grok in his replies and saying, this is idiotic, one of the yada, 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 all this crap. It's just so cringe to see. And as Kyle says here, he's doubling down. The same right-wing idiots who defended edgy jokes for a decade as soon as the joke isn't about black or trans people, revealing they're all fucking snowflakes. The exact snowflakes that they pretended for years to be against, that they pretended for years to hate. So it's good to see Kyle not only double down in that way, but he also doubled down by posting this AI-generated picture of JD Vance and his new bride, Erika Kirk. So again, doubling down, not giving a fuck, not relenting in the face of this pathetic attempt at a cancellation from all these triggered, whining snowflakes on the right. Pretty funny stuff. I have some more people pearl clutching like Matt Walsh, but do you have any reaction to Kyle doubling down and responding in this epic and hilarious way?
Oh, that's Kyle Kulinski for you. I love it. And yeah, he's going to post through it, right? I love that about Kyle. He does not care about the backlash. You are not going to get to him. You're not going to pearl clutch him or woke scold him. He's been through it all before. He's never deleted a tweet ever. You can still go back and read about who's hungry. Deep cut for anybody who hasn't figured that one out. But yeah, Kyle was craving Cheez-Its back in the day. You can read about those tweets too, right? The dude's, and I respect the fuck out of that for Kyle, right? Because I am the opposite kind of tweeter. I tweet and then delete and then tweet and then delete. I actually haven't been tweeting very much recently. I've been putting myself in timeout. I've realized it's not very healthy to tweet constantly, and I was really going down that rabbit hole. So I've been, taking a step back. But Kyle, he's never ever deleted a tweet ever, even if they flopped, even if they aged poorly, even any of that. It's all out there. You can see it all. And so I was not surprised to see him be like, fuck you. You think you can intimidate me? You think you can shame me into relenting? I will double, triple, quadruple down and not give a fuck.
Yep. Kyle really is a legendary poster. Someone referenced the beans post about Nancy Mace. That's a lot of beans, you nasty ass bitch. So the dude is just,
He
he's
said we could put that on his gravestone.
that would honestly be appropriate, because as smart as Kyle is, and as intelligent and articulate and good as analyzing the news as Kyle is, he's also just an amazing unparalleled shit poster on the left. So that's really cool, and love to see Kyle out here triggering the worst people in the world. For example, let's find Matt Walsh and see what he has to say about this. Again, this harmless fucking meme on X, literally just a fucking meme. And again, you can see the most offensive, unhinged shit, the most violent, belligerent, racist shit from MAGA and Donald Trump supporters. But Matt Walsh says the left will kill you, celebrate your death, and mock your grieving loved ones. This is what we're up against. Demons who will piss on your grave and spit on your widow as she mourns. This is your enemy. What more do they need to do for you to see that? And Matt Walsh has really been going through it, because his boss, Ben Shapiro, has been taking just all kinds of shit from the likes of Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. As I said, basically, as soon as we flew out of Kansas City in the last 5 days, the entire right-wing movement online fucking fell apart. They're at each other's throats. But Matt Walsh, obviously, taking the time to pearl clutch and woke scold Kyle Kulinski because he dared to post an edgy, offensive joke. How dare he? Let's cancel him. Just outrageous pearl clutching, the most bitch shit I've ever seen from a whiny piece of crap like Matt Walsh. But what's your reaction to that? Do you think that's an accurate assessment of the left as a leftist, Zach?
It's so funny because you are literally the people who are doing deportations. You are literally the people who are doing Gestapo raids on mom and dads, and people who are just
posting memes about it, taunting them.
100%, with absolutely no remorse, no humanity, no personal empathy, nothing inside you to dictate what's right and wrong. You are enjoying the fear you're instilling in these communities of people who are just trying to live their lives, feed their families, worship, something that Matt Walsh claims he cares about. These are oftentimes a lot of the most religious folks in America are first-generation immigrants, oftentimes undocumented first-generation immigrants. So, and these people relish in the terrorism of those folks, sending them to concentration camps in foreign countries that they've never been to. Matt Walsh constantly cheerleads whenever there are protesters that are beat up by the police. He's like, this is what you get, fascists. This is what the left needs. Fuck around and find out, you pussies. This is what happens when you try and resist. Right? They love that kind of violence, but when somebody uses words that they find offensive, they're like, the left will kill you. It's like, you're the one that loves guns. You're the ones that's doing all the violence. You love the state monopoly on violence. It's crazy, right? You're also the one that used to complain whenever anybody on the left would say that words are violence, right? You would be like, that's pussy shit. This is just a joke. Obviously, everybody on the American right is full of hypocrites. They're all unserious, boneheaded losers, right? As Gavin mentioned, they're having a civil war right now because Ben Shapiro is angry that none of the staffers he's hired will say anything to condemn anti-Semitism from Nick Fuentes, because they know it's their ass with their audience if they ever do. They know that their audience will revolt if they criticize Nick Fuentes an ounce, if they give any pushback, right? They're already on thin ice working for the Daily Wire. It's a huge problem, right? People on the right wing are tired of supporting Israel. People on the left are tired of supporting Israel. Guess what the Daily Wire is dedicated to doing until their final breath? Guess what Ben Shapiro will never not do? Simp for Israel. He will burn the whole fucking thing to the ground before he stops simping for Israel. They already fired the other guy that he founded it with, or that guy left diplomatically right after he cost the Daily Wire a fortune in the films that nobody watched, like Lady Ballers. So it's just Ben Shapiro calling the shots now, with the financiers who I guarantee you are also wanting him to hold the line for Zionism, hold the line for Israel. So these guys, not that I give a shit, but they're caught between a rock and a hard place. Ben Shapiro was like, hey, man, we're married to Israel. We're married to Zionism. And Matt Walsh knows his entire audience is fucking rabidly against that. So I don't know. He's just trying to deflect. He's trying to call out Kyle and create some sort of a thing that he can use to distract his audience from the turmoil of that MAGA civil war you were talking about.
Yep, 100%. He's lashing out. You're 100% correct about that. And let's take a look. Also, he's really been going through it because of how much the the right wing is taking L's and how much the left wing is winning, specifically last night. Just to recap the last 2 months, Charlie Kirk shot in the throat on stage. Thousands of leftists spend weeks celebrating openly. Leftist militants take to the streets, committing and calling for more violence, yada, 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 right? So he's talking about how a third world communist won in New York because New York is a third world city now. This is the mass migration working exactly as intended. But Kyle Kulinski's edgy meme about Erika Kirk is offensive. Let me say the most racist, fucking disgusting, despicable shit ever, with no shame, right? But then pearl clutch when someone posts a fucking meme. And again, as you said, not only is the government that Matt Walsh supports, not only are they terrorizing innocent people in a Hitler or Nazi Gestapo-esque way, they're posting memes about it. They're posting the same sort of edgy fucking jokes that Kyle was posting, but just in support of the barbaric policies of Donald Trump. But you never see Matt Walsh pearl clutching over those edgy jokes, those memes, right? It's complete fucking hypocrisy. One other thing that I thought would be fun to spotlight over here is this take from Mike Lee. He says,
I didn't see this.
Yeah, he says, how would the media respond to this post had Charlie Kirk been a Democrat? And Kyle came in clutch with the receipts. He says, shut your snowflake bitch ass up. Edgy jokes are fine for you, but not for leftists. Based, Mike Lee votes for endless war and stealing healthcare from 17 million people, but I'm the problem. Fuck you, retire, you cunt. And then he posts this reminder for everyone just to prove how fucking hypocritical these people are, these triggered snowflake bitches.
Yep. 100%. Fuck Mike Lee. Where does he have representative from? Like fucking Arkansas or Alabama or somewhere stupid that nobody would ever visit. So why don't you stay there? Oh, maybe he's not even a representative. It kind of looked like he was a representative.
I think he is.
Oh, he's a U.S. senator. Okay, that's what I thought. From Arizona. Okay.
Utah? Or is born in Arizona.
Oh, yeah, he represents Utah. Yeah, so fuck you. Fuck you, Mike Lee. Irrelevant. Mr. Irrelevant. Nobody cares about your state, Utah. Oh. Charlie Kirk got murked on your watch. What do you have to say for yourself?
Yup. So pretty funny stuff to see, Kyle Kulinski just triggering all of these idiots. And as this person pointed out, let me pull this one up. He's still not letting up despite everything. He's still not letting up. Here's another banger from Kyle posted 2 days ago. A look back at traditional mourning widow attire through the ages. And as you guys can see down there, in the early 21st century, the fashion changed a little bit. They ditched the all black and went for the couch leather pants and a white top. So, clearly another jab at Erika Kirk. Pretty fucking hilarious. Banger memes. Unparalleled shit posting, like I said, from Kyle, who's doing this great work combating the pro MAGA slop that has completely taken over the platform X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yep, it looks like the casting for what's the Emma Stone movie that Yorgos Lanthimos?
Oh, Poor Things?
No,
Or The Favorite?
The Favorite. I was gonna say, yeah, it really reminds me of The Favorite's attire, but I butchered that because I also couldn't think of it. I was like, begonia is not the right word. That's the one we just saw. Which one's the one?
We're pretty tired, guys. We were up until 5 a.m. last night editing.
Yeah, editing is not quick and easy, you guys.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there. Be there. The Vanguard will be there.